We are measuring the angles in a clock. The hands of a clock makes different angles at different time. At 1 o'clock, the angle between the hands is 30 degree. They're asking us why. What will be the angle at 2 o'clock and at 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock? Explore other angles made by the hands of the clock. So first thing first, we have 1, 2, 3. 3 photo of a clock at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock and all of that. We need to measure the angles. So let's start with 1 o'clock. Now, let me make it very clear what it is, as in we use different color. So this is your minute hand and this is your hour hand. So my question to you guys is, what is the angle made between these two? How much is this? That's the question. How do you figure it out? Well, you can clearly see that the vertex and the center of the protractor are overlapping first. That's the first thing. Next, the 0 degree and 0 degree is fixed over there. If we imagine that we have our initial arm over there, we need to do something so that we end up measuring this too. How do we do it? Again, this is a challenge. Technically, you need not do this. We can directly measure, but I just wanted to do this. Okay, so I'll give you guys the first clue. You need to measure this angle and then this angle. You need to measure these two angles. How do we do that and why do we do that? The first angle is clearly 0 and 60. Second angle also from 0 to 90. So the two angles are 60 degree and 90 degree. So angle between the hands are 90 degree minus 60 degree. That is 30 degree. Okay. Similarly, I would want you guys to measure the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand between this two space. So basically I want this angle to be measured. Okay, I hope you guys are trying that out. First is I'll measure this angle and then the other angle. So let's do that. First angle is again from 0. It is going to 30. And the other angle is 90. So angle between the hands are, yes, 90 degree minus 30 degree. And that difference is 60 degree. Right? And finally, we have the third figure. So traditionally, we can do this. What we're looking at, we can do this. But I wanted to make it a bit complicated so that I can teach you guys a bit more. But if not, you can do the direct method. You don't have to do this. Okay? So you can directly do what I'm doing now. That is, put your vertex in the center. Put one arm along the 0 and then measure. So 0 is on the outer circle, remember, that's how you do it, and then follow the path till we meet somewhere over here, right? It's supposed to be over here. So that is, we have 110 and 120, not 60 degree, as I actually about to mark 60 degree, but I realized that I am looking at outer circumference, right? Outer semicircle, and so I ended up with 120 degree. Okay, yes, 1 o'clock it is 30 degree, 2 o'clock it is 60 degree, 4 o'clock it is 120 degree, right? So the angle between the arms at 4 o'clock is 120 degree. So time and the angle. If you look at it, at 1 o'clock it is 30 degree, at 2 o'clock it is 60 degree, at 4 o'clock it is 120 degree, and at 6 o'clock you can see 6 o'clock it's over here. It will be a straight angle, so it is 180 degree. So what's happening? If you look at it carefully, there's a pattern. I would want you guys to please pause and think over what is the pattern. Yes, the pattern is the time into 30. Say it's 2 o'clock. You multiply that with 30 degree. You'll end up with 60 degree. 6 o'clock. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 120. 6 3 is 18. Correct. 6 3 is 18. 180 degree. So we are getting that. Now let's see the question. I think we have answered all of it, most of it. There's one question that we have not answered. Why is it that at 1 o'clock we have it is at 1 the angle turns out to be 30 only, nothing else. Why is it exactly 30? That's the question. So for that we can answer this way. A clock turns, not goes. Our hand, okay, let me do it this way. And our hand turns dash degree in 12 hours. Yes. What is the angle made by our hand in 12 hours? It is 360 degrees, is it not? Imagine, look at the clock near you, not the digital one, analog one. That is with the battery. Actually, everyone uses battery. The one on the wall. Did you guys have a look at that? So imagine if now it is say 4 o'clock or a 6 o'clock. So when will we get 6 o'clock in? Next day, right? Is it not? Or that day evening if you guys are watching this in the early morning hours. The point is it turns 360 degree in 12 hours. Therefore, in 1 hour, the R hand will turn. So it's like this. 12 say chocolates will cost you guys 360 rupees. One will cost you how much? That's the question. What do we do? Just divide by 12, right? And that's what we are doing over here. That's it. So this will be 30 degree. And so in 1 hour, the R hand will turn 30 degree. So every hour, and the next conclusion is thus every hour an additional angle of 30 degree is added. So that's the amount of turn the R hand takes for every 1 hour. Even that can be the language. I think I answered all. Explore other angles made by the hands of the clock. So you guys can play around. You can draw angle at 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, measure the reflex angle. That all of that will be helpful. Try to challenge yourself. Don't stick to one traditional way.